As we head to the end of 2025, we are at the absolute zenith of AI hype. Business owners, just like you, are rushing towards building AI agents into every single product and process within their business. But there is a hidden trap, a hidden disease that is spreading across these businesses around the world called the AI finger trap. It is cognitive junk food that is being built by these businesses that is lowering the quality of their output, causing chaos in their systems and processes, and ultimately will need to be dealt with as some kind of technical debt that is accruing rapidly within these businesses. In this video, we're going to analyze what the AI finger trap is, how you can avoid the AI trap, how you can identify when you're falling victim to the illusion of productivity with AI. And right at the end, I'm going to give you the method that we use here at Minimal Viable Launch and with our customers to build AI systems that actually make you genuinely productive. Instead of abdicating the responsibility of your work to AI, actually make you a co-pilot with AI and make you hundreds of times more productive. We call it the 10-80-10 method. Your business is a system, whether you think about it like that or not. You put attention in the top of that system, you convert some of that attention to money, you use that money in the production of products and processes that create value for your customer and create, at the end of all of that, if you've engineered your system well enough, an amount of profit that you can pour back into the top of your business, and around it goes. And as we look at these systems, we have to understand the benefits and the drawbacks of adding AI into any system that we're trying to automate and make more efficient or more remarkable with AI. AI is not a free lunch. The conversation online makes it very much seem like that you just plug this agent into your business and wow, you just 10x'd your productivity gains every single day. Having built AI agents that now have scaled to millions of users across the world, that is not the case. There is usually, for the vast amount of AI agents that you possibly could build, there is an equal and opposite reaction when you build an AI. You outsource the production of a asset, of a process to that AI agent. It feels great because you're suddenly not having to make the spreadsheet, do the financial analysis, build the website, build the app. Great. But what you find is the more you outsource production to the AI and the higher risk that production process is in the eyes of your business, in the eyes of your customers, the more time you will spend, the equal and opposite reaction happens where you will spend analyzing the outputs of that AI, double checking that it is good outputs and making sure that the client would be happy with it, making sure that it isn't full of hallucinations and logical fallacies. You only have to look at what happened to Deloitte having to refund $400,000 for one of their strategic consulting pieces because no one checked the outputs. They got lazy. They fell victim to the AI finger trap and they output straight AI slop, gave it to their customer, which called them out on it and has demanded a refund. When I'm working with people, I get them to think about this mental image in order to explain why AI agents aren't the solution to all of your problems. And I'm all in on AI agents. I think they are amazing things that you can build into your business, but they are not the tool that you should be using to solve every problem. Code, people, and machine learning, simple automations are still completely valid tools. And it is the mix of all of these things that builds a much more anti-fragile, useful system. And I want you to be thinking about how you can combine these elements to make the best system that you can. This mental image that I get people to think about is you have been working hard all week. It gets to the weekend, you've got nothing to do. You are going to sit down, you've checked out your favorite game, you're going to sit down, you're going to complete this thing. And you are going to not move from that sofa all day. You are relaxing. And somehow an annoying fly has managed to find its way into your living room. And every 5 minutes, this thing buzzes around and lands on your forehead, ruining your enjoyment of what you wanted to be a quiet, peaceful Saturday and enraging you more and more and more. And for some strange reason, you just happen to have a rocket launcher sat in the corner of your living room. And you decide to wait for the exact moment where that fly settles down, relaxes on your living room wall, and you take that rocket launcher out, you pull the trigger, and you blow that sucker up. It is gone. It will never annoy you again. But let's see if that trade was worth it, because the rocket launcher got the job done. The fly is killed, but it also blew your entire living room wall out and probably destroyed your TV at the same time. The trade was not worth the effort. And AI agents are so often like using a rocket launcher to kill a fly. They are incredibly powerful tools, but most of the time we don't need anything like that amount of power to get that job done. It's better to be surgical in our approach. The issue, and this is a part of the fault of the industry that I exist in, is that most entrepreneurs now have this magic moment where they think, because of the hype that we exist in, that AI can do anything they can dream of. And when they speak to providers of AI systems, builders of AI systems, the answer to their question of is this possible is yes. And that's a new experience for most business owners, because usually you used to talk to the developers and they'd kind of suck their teeth a bit like a garage mechanic. Yeah, it's kind of possible. It's going to be expensive. It's a bit impractical. But there's so much enthusiasm around the world of AI that the answer is more often than not yes. And we don't slow down and think about, yes, it's possible, but is it economical? Because you are going to spend money in terms of building this agent. You're going to spend money in maintaining it. You're going to have to spend money on the tokens it produces, and you are going to spend money on the people to check its outputs. And sometimes when we do that calculation, we say this is a really cool idea and it's definitely possible, but it doesn't make any economic sense for your business. And I'm so frustrated that my peers in this industry, they don't have that conversation with clients because they have an incentive to get you to say, yeah, let's invest in building something. And people are scared right now that if they don't build AI, they're going to be left behind. So they're rushing in and they are spreading this disease within their business. They are falling foul of this illusion of productivity and building this cognitive junk food into their business, which ultimately is going to be the thing that destroys their business. This illusion of productivity shows up in many places, and I bet you've had these experiences. People that you meet with that are followed around by a swarm of AI voice recorders. One or two. I've had someone who's turned up with 3 voice recorders into a meeting before. And what they're thinking they're doing is they think they're being productive. They think, I'm going to have a full transcript of this call. Every word is going to be noted down by that AI. And then I've got that to refer back to at any point that I need. The issue is they don't think through the second order consequences of their choices. Okay. They don't analyze the transcript. They never look at the transcript ever again. They're increasingly buried under a pile of transcripts that is not useful. And we can moan about the sustainable argument of why that's a bad thing. Who cares? What we really care about is the second order consequences personally for them. Because what happens is the knowledge that everything is captured means they stop actively capturing themselves. They don't take notes in meetings. They have a second screen up, which they start to pay attention to more than the meeting because they know it's going to be captured anyway. They don't really think about what their key actions and takeaways are from that meeting because they know they're going to get the summary from the call recorder. But the issue is the call recorder does its job. You are at the mercy of what it records. It's not got the same mindset of you. It doesn't know the same priorities of you, of what you find most relevant and necessary to record from that call. And it sends you the transcript. You never read it. You never review it. It goes into the dark abyss of SharePoint or Google Drive, wherever you store these things. But you became a worse human because of it, because now you don't know what the agreed upon actions were. Now you didn't really participate actively in the meeting. You have less retention of the information that was shared within that meeting. And yes, there are many meetings that are completely pointless. I agree with you. Just stop attending those. Say no more. And I'm training my team here. They when they have call recorders, I say, I don't want everyone to have call recorders. In the 10% of the times that we need to record this call, we have the record button in Google Meet, and we have an agent that takes the transcript there and does something with it. That's a valid usage. You just becoming a documenter of every single meeting you have with AI is not useful. You're just drowning in data. You're falling foul of the illusion of productivity, and you're becoming less productive as a result of it. We see this illusion of productivity when clients go on this crazy journey with a conversation with AI. So as we're building their AI moonshots, they come to us and they say, I've spent the day speaking with GPT, and I've done all my research and the strategy, and we've designed the product and the timelines and the features. And it's in this 30-page document. And it looks amazing. You look at it, and it is a mountain of work, but it is completely devoid of any value. This is why we call it cognitive junk food, because it looks such a big meal, but there is no nutrients in it at all. When me and my team open these documents up, we say, well, that technology doesn't exist. That feature just doesn't need to be there. You haven't done the security considerations. The timelines are not grounded in reality. The costings, I don't know where it's pulled these from, but it's completely off by a factor of 10 on what the costing for that will actually be. And so we then have to turn to the client and say, thank you very much for the 30-page document. We'll put that to one side, and now we'll get to work, because it was useless. It was a mile wide and an inch deep. And I think this illustrates what's going to happen as this disease spreads through the businesses. Those who don't know the antidote to it are going to fall foul of it, because they're going to have a continually degrading series of outputs in their businesses. Their reports are going to get worse. Their strategy is going to get worse. Their emails are going to get worse. Their SOPs are going to get worse, because it all gets outsourced to AI. And humans are incredible efficiency gamers. That's why we invented the fridge, electricity, and the supermarket, because quite frankly, it was a lot of effort to go out into the forest every day, hunt an animal, return home, slay it, and cook it. I'm glad that I've grown up in a world that we have these kind of efficiencies. But it does show you how you will naturally use AI. You'll start to outsource more and more and more of the work and the thinking to AI. Your prompting will get vaguer and vaguer and vaguer, and the output will get sloppier. And there is going to be a very large gap that opens up between those people who've done the hard work to build agentic workflows and pipelines that work at a very high level for them every single time, and those who fall foul to the AI finger trap, produce slop, and become lazy from this. There's going to be a clear path of winners and losers. The antidote to the AI finger trap is this 10-80-10 method that we work on with our customers. It is these co-pilot relationships that we build into a business, where it is humans and AI working together in specific ways, where we get massive wins, we get productivity gains that actually stick and increase the quality of the output. You've got to have both. It's not good to just be more productive if you just produce thousands of times more crap. You have to produce thousands of times more great outputs. 10-80-10 is this idea that you need to come and do the hard work in the beginning of any interaction with an AI. You've done the strategy, the thinking, the research, the contextualization. You've told it the rules of the game that it's going to play. You've told it the output. You've built the templates that then constrain its creativity. You've built the system problems, the rules and the pipelines that let it do its thing again and again and again in a reliable way. And you outsource the 80% of the work that used to take you the most time, that was probably valued the least by your customers. Like, that looks like you've got to produce a financial report, and you look at the numbers, you analyze it, contextualize it, you look at the history of your customer, and you look at the news and the changing regulations in the government, let's say, and you produce a great 10 out of 10 brief that's going to set that AI up for success. And then it produces the branded report. It creates the charts. It writes your opinions about those charts. And then it looks at the history of the customer and does a bit of deep research and comes up with different angles. And you both work together in a collaborative way to level up the output. That's the 80% of work that you can then outsource safely to the AI. And you come back and you do the final 10%. You look at what it's produced, you delete any hallucinations, you delete 50% of its output because it was garbage, quite frankly. You ensure that it is high quality and meets muster, and you'd be happy to present that to your customers. And if you're working in that way, 10-80-10, you are going to become one of the big winners of this AI boom that we're seeing. Don't fall victim to your AI agents. Don't be left at the mercy of their output. Most business owners, most entrepreneurs like you are making a very, very, very devastating mistake to their productivity, to their quality of work, is they are not delegating work to an AI. They're abdicating responsibility to an AI. They hand wave away and give general and vague instructions. GPT, produce me the report. And then they don't check it and they send it on. And if you exist in that world, if your clients are getting that level of output from you, they're going to know. They're going to see. And they're going to value your service accordingly. They're going to value your company accordingly. So do the hard work to delegate to an AI. Do the 10-80-10 method. That is your antidote to the AI finger trap. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you found that useful. If you did, YouTube thinks you will like these videos next.